What's going on, everybody? I am always reflecting, reviewing, and looking at what is the content that I continue to put out. And am I starting to get in a rut and focus on just one area instead of a wider array of things that I think we're all interested in? And as you know, all of my videos, every comment that I've ever received, I've read. And I genuinely read them, think about them, and comment on all of them. And something that came as a result of a recent comment was that I'm only focusing on rookie cards. And I didn't really think that I was. I don't feel like I'm a rookie card heavy person. If anything, I've always kind of thought of myself as a person who isn't heavy on rookie cards. In fact, if you look at a lot of the things that I purchase, I don't feel like it's rookie card heavy. If anything, it's not enough rookie cards. But in reviewing some of the content, I have been talking about rookie cards quite a bit recently. And the other thing that I noticed about my own content is that I don't feel like I've been giving enough love to the 1960s. I feel like the vintage card industry as a whole spends a lot of time talking about the 1950s. As a result, I think the 1960s kind of don't get enough attention. And quite frankly, the amount of eye candy of really cool looking cards in the 1960s is insane. There's so many awesome cards. So what I wanted to do today is I wanted to take a look at cards from the 1960s, not rookie cards. I'm talking about anything except for rookie cards, specifically from the 1960s. And what are 20 great baseball cards from the 1960s? I didn't want to have a whole bunch of picks of the same player, so each player I only picked once. So this is 20 different players, 0 rookie cards, and they're not all Hall of Famers. So here are my picks of 20 great cards from the 1960s that I think every collection could benefit from, could use, because they're great looking cards of great players, and none of them are rookie cards. Check out my list right here. First card on the list is Johnny Bench's first individual card. The 1969 Johnny Bench is such a cool card because while it's his second year card, he still looks so young in that photo, and I love the rookie trophy cards. In a 6th grade, this one an SGC 6, you can get this card for right about $200. To me, that's a steal for one of, if not the best, catcher of all time. Second card on the list, another rookie trophy card, another second-year card. The 1964 Pete Rose. Again, my opinion, Pete Rose's best-looking card, although his 65 tops is also a really great card. This one in a 6 goes for about $450, and I think it's his best card of arguably the best hitter of all time, though he's not in the Hall of Fame. The 1963 Hank Aaron is a cool card because it's one of the few from the 1960s where Hank Aaron's actually looking at the camera. In so many of them, he's looking off in the distance. The really tough 1963 set, in this case, $177 for one of the all-time best players in a brutally tough set with that colored border at the bottom. Huge fan of the 63 set and that Hank Aaron. Another second-year card, this one of Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan had to make the list of the top 20 cards that are not rookies from the 1960s, and the only card he has is his 69. Now, to me, his best card is either the 69 or 71. I love both of them. This one in a 6 is about $300 for, yet again, the first individual card of one of the all-time greats. I love the 1964 Sandy Koufax. It's one of the few cards on the list I currently have. I love the shot of Sandy Koufax looking right into the camera. A good look at his face. $150 in a 6. Again, I'm a big fan of that 64 set. I think the simplicity of the design really puts the focus on the picture of the player, and there are so many great pictures in the set. I think the 1963 Fleer set is severely underappreciated. One of the best cards in the set is the Willie Mays. This 6 in a PSA grade sold for about $190, but is pretty far off center. It's hard to find this card under $200 in a 6 grade, but it is a really cool card, and it is extremely affordable compared to other Mays cards in this time period. To me, the best card from the 1960s of Mickey Mantle is the 69 Topps. I love the clear picture. I love the bold colors. Whether it's the variation of the yellow writing or not doesn't matter to me. To me, I love the card of Mickey Mantle in his left-handed batting stance. The other card from the 60s I like a lot of Mantle is his 1960, but to me, that one is the one I like best. The 1965 Roberto Clemente, again, I love the 65 set. There are some great sets from the 1960s, and the 65 Clemente in a 6th grade for $150, that's a good-looking card for $150. How often do we get the crisp, clear pictures that the 1965 set was able to bring to us? 1961, we've got Carl Yastrzemski. Well, it's not the rookie trophy, it is the rookie star. To me, it's a better looking card than his rookie card. Though the pose and picture are the same, it is a much better design that allows us to focus on the picture itself instead of the orange surrounding the player himself. So to me, I think this is the best Yastrzemski card. Another rookie trophy card, this time of Rod Carew, one of the best hitters of all time. Some of the greatest players of all time had their start in the 1960s. And to get a Rod Carew second year, again, his first card in a individual pose for under $100 seems pretty cheap when you compare it to the high price of his rookie card. The second year card of Juan Marichal, to me, is a great one as he's looking straight into the camera with a big smile. I always like cards where the player is smiling, and I always like cards where it's a great picture where the player is looking at the camera. The 62 Juan Marichal, his second card, is insanely cheap. The fact that you can get this card for $56 in a PSA 6 kind of seems hard to believe. There are so many great cards of Ernie Banks. So many cards where he's smiling. So many cards where he's happy. He just seemed like the nicest guy. The 1967, however, is my favorite of the Ernie Banks cards from the 1960s, as he just looks so happy and enjoying the photo session here as he's looking straight into the camera with a big smile. And $50, again, super cheap for one of the best players ever. The 67 Whitey Ford is another card I have really high on my list. It's kind of a famous picture pose card, as it's his very last card in his Yankee uniform there. And we see the nice bold Yankee logo on the hat. He's got his pinstripes on, and he's leaning forward with his left hand. A great card for Whitey Ford. The second year Bob Gibson is, to me, one of the best Bob Gibson cards. Again, he's looking in the camera, where so many cards from the 1960s he isn't. This, his second year card, I love the pop of the colors in this card. I love the youth that you see in him, where some of the cards later in the 60s, he does not seem to have the same youthful appearance that he does here. This, to me, is a great Bob Gibson card. I love the 61 Yogi Berra MVP card because I think so many people forget that he has 3 MVP awards. This is a great reminder that he doesn't just have more World Series rings than fingers, but he also has 3 MVPs. And to be able to get this card from 1961 in a 6 for under $70 seems impossible. I love that card and the history that it reminds us of. Speaking of history, the 1961 Roger Maris, the year that he broke Babe Ruth's record. It's a little bit pricier than some, but some people prefer his 62 tops. I prefer the 61 because it's a tighter shot of him. He's got his Yankee hat on display and his bright blue eyes popping out, which he is so famous for having. If you look at the 63 Stan Musial, we sometimes forget Stan Musial did not have a Topps card for most of the 50s. It wasn't until the very end of the 50s that we have a Stan Musial card. So there are not very many Topps cards before this one of Stan Musial. Again, I'm a big fan of the 63 set. I love his turtleneck popping through underneath. It really ages the card. His worn Cardinals hat is awesome. Another Rookie Cup or Rookie Trophy card, the first Tom Seaver individual card, in my opinion, is the best looking Tom Seaver card. And to get a second-year Tom Seaver in a 6 for $90 seems impossible, especially since that set seems to show so much edge and corner wear. 6s are not super common. The 1965 Kaline, if you've not yet noticed, I really like the 65 set along with the 63 and 64. But this 65 Kaline, again, a great picture of a relaxed Kaline looking into the camera with a big smile, with the big logo of his hat easily seen, and it's saying Tigers on the pennant right in front of us. And the last of the 20 cards, another non-Hall of Famer, the 1965 Richie Allen card. What a great looking card for under $100. I think he makes the Hall of Fame at some point. He's missed making the Hall of Fame by 1 vote twice. You've got the logo right in front of us. Again, I love it when the hat is on and you see the logo, and I love the rookie trophy. I think this is superior to Richie Allen's rookie card, which again is a multiplayer card, and I love this one to go with any collection. To me, there are a lot of great non-rookie cards, and many of them are from the 1960s. So I'd consider adding any of these to your collection.